China has been promoting the Beijing Olympics as the greenest games in history. Many experts are disputing this, though, saying the cost to the natural environment is already enormous.
Beijing touting this as the first Olympics fueled 100% by renewable energy. CNN visiting one of the mountain ski venues during construction. We could see dozens of wind turbines in the distance. And beyond that, solar fields. Validation, so it seems, of a greener games blanketed by a white layer of snow. While China wants the world's attention to be on the competition, some are raising concerns with what was lost to make these games possible. The games are happening in three main zones, one within the capital city, Beijing, and the other two, Zhangjiakou and Yanqing, on the outskirts a bit farther north, both giving a more mountainous backdrop. At Yanqing, you have Beijing's first National Nature Reserve and the second highest mountain. At the border of Beijing and Hebei, it's home to hundreds of types of animals and plants, even some endangered species. Perhaps not what you'd expect when you think of China's smoggy capital city.
These areas of protection, of wilderness, of nature are really important, not just for nature itself, but also it's really important for people.
CNN obtained this 2007 tourism planning policy for the National Reserve. It explicitly stated that any development in this part, the core zone, is forbidden. China's law recognizing the value of its biodiversity and protecting it from disturbance. But it did not last long.
Beijing.
When Beijing won its bid for the 2022 Winter Games, some environmentalists highlighted an immediate worry. Compare this map detailing the rich Songshan Nature Reserve with this, the proposed location for the Alpine Ski Centre. As environmentalists warned at the time, the planned construction site was right in the core of the nature reserve. In 2017, they released an updated mapping of the nature reserve boundary. While it showed an even larger reserve area than previously designated, the original core zone, including the highest peak experts say that has the most significance to biodiversity, was no longer part of the protected lands. In April 2017, construction began. The once lush forest torn down, trees shipped out. In less than 3 years, you could see the ski runs carved into the mountains. In a response to CNN, the International Olympics Committee said that the development of the Yanqing zone is transforming the region, a rural suburb of Beijing, into a major four-season tourism destination, improving lives and boosting the local economy. Adding to the loss of ecosystems, water worries. How do you turn an already dry climate suffering from years of drought into an Olympic-worthy ski venue? Cue the snowmaking machines.
I think it's completely unsustainable. And if there's none or too little snow, all of the snow has to be produced artificially. And that requires huge amounts of water.
Conservationists stress China is not the only offender. They fear the International Olympic Committee's constant rotation of Olympic venues in host countries almost encourages rapid, unsustainable development and stretches natural resources, all for just a few weeks of elite competition. The International Olympics Committee told CNN that sustainability is central to the IOC's work and vision of building a better world through sport, and all upcoming Olympic Games have committed to carbon neutrality. The Beijing Olympics Committee did not respond to our request for comment. China has stood by its Green Games narrative throughout its walk-up to the Games. State TV touting the Beijing Olympics going green in all sectors, perhaps hoping the world looks only at their renewable efforts rather than remembering what was.